the people from D.C., the National Campaign Committee and all that, they wanted to know if we got Columbus TV over here, and I said, well, yeah, we get it. About a day late, we get it. And it's just, they don't have a clue what rural Ohio is like, but they think sometimes it's worse than what it is. And but it was interesting. The thing that amazed me the most about the Pioneer, when they come in, the Secret Service, they come in and ask Doug if we could use it. And he said, yeah, it'd be great. Well, I didn't realize they were actually going to close his restaurant down that whole day.
Yeah.
Take out all the ceiling tile, take all the doors off the hinges, bring dogs in. And it was, they even drilled holes in his parking lot and put a fence up where close to the stage and everything, so people couldn't, get to the stage. And it was, it's really, really highly secure. They had people in the cemetery over behind Utica, behind the other side of the river and everything. During this event, there's a lot more security than what people realize. And that was almost 35 years ago. I imagine now it's insane.
Yeah.
But anyway, Steve, you probably got something.
My memory of it, I remember Rick calling me, and I'm like, "Oh, sure, we'll help. Well, no problem, we'll help." We thought it was going to be a small event.
Little did you know.
And it kept growing, and every time we'd hear from the advance team, or we'd hear from the campaign, or the Secret Service, it just kept growing, and the logistics were just through the roof. I mean, it was incredible. The logistics, and they changed. Can you do this? Can you provide security? How about buses? Can you do this? And we were thinking first, we may get 1,000 people, and then the whole intersection was closed down. And I think one estimate was 10,000 people there, and it was just, it just kept growing and growing.
25,000 dirty diapers.
Yeah, and
in the parking lot.
Just
although that's more dirty diapers.
Any elected official from miles around was here, and folks. I mean, that was my first clue that it was a movement. It was a movement, and it would be tough to stop that movement. I mean, it was, and having all four, having Bill and Hillary and Al and Tipper all here. Mm-hmm. It was one of the only times that they were all together, and right here in Utica, and we all got to witness that. And we all got soft pinned by the Secret Service, so we could go on the bus, and Doug. You can't say enough about Doug, because he just turned this place over to them, and they did a really thorough sweep. I mean, there was a lot of security, and we had local folks helping. Don Glover helped with security.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had lots of folks here helping, but it was just being able to put your finger on somebody who had knowledge about one area or the other, and working that network. It just, it was a great team effort. I mean, a great team effort. And the mayor just turned the village over to everybody. I mean, it was just.
It was yours.
And Rick is incredible strategist and planner. He just, so with all those, it was, couldn't miss. It was just one of the most, I guess, incredible things that I have been a part of in my career. So,
yeah, one of the things that kind of sticks in my memory was the fact that how well everybody worked together to get it done. And I mean, even at that time, there was a Republican administration in the state of Ohio, and we called ODOT. I called ODOT to see if we could get the grass mowed, because we were picturing people 2, 3, 4 miles out parking, because there's not that many parking spots in Utica. And they said, well, we'll have to check on that. And that was on Thursday. I thought, man, I was hoping like they'd bring a tractor out here, mow this on Friday or whatever, and nobody showed up. Well, then I think it was Friday night, about 11 o'clock at night, up pulls 2 or 3 ODOT trucks with tractors on. They're mowing at night to get that cut down, because the grass was 2 or 3 feet tall out there, and all these people was going to have to walk through that. And they come in and mowed it. And I thought that was pretty good. And, the sheriff's office was great to work with. I mean, there was a lot of security involved that you don't even see. And then also we had a lot of people in the party. We had the Westalls, the Harrises, and we had all those people was involved in helping us because we did mailings. I know you guys probably did mailings up here. We wanted a good crowd, but when we're telling them in the meetings that there could be 7,000 or 8,000 people at this thing, the Secret Service says, well, that can't be. There's only 1,500 people in this town. Well, there's going to be more than people from Utica show up.
Yeah.
And they just did not understand it. But when you read Bill Clinton's book, he says in the book, when he pulled into Utica, Ohio, a town of 1,500, and saw 10,000 people, he knew he was going to be president. And that was one of the first stops right out of the gate. And that's his own words, right in his own book. So.
Yeah, George McInturf made all of his equipment available. George is gone now, but he made all of his equipment available. And we just finished the bus where he was going to take some different people. He just had Melvin bring the bus and said, it's yours. Let me know when you're done with it. We'll pick it up.
Yep.
And they had to sign above it to where they was going. And the cooperation from the people.
Yeah.
Up at Jean's, when it was up to Jean's, Associated Press was there, and we had a person working that kind of a pain in the butt. And the guy of Associated Press came right up in front of him and said, Mayor, I think everybody's got to cross the bear, and I believe this guy, he didn't say guy, he had a little better word than that, is your cross the bear. But he stayed and worked the whole time.